Hi everyone, I am bottling the rest of my kombucha. I've done a ton of it. I'm almost running out of bottles. Done so much. So what I do is I pour from the large vessel container that I actually brew the kombucha in, which is a time process that it sits in and ferments for about 7 to 10 days. This has been about at least 10 days since I started fermenting this current batch that I'm bottling right now. And what I do is I pour it into a smaller gallon-sized container so that it's easier to manage, and then I pour it into a 4-cup measuring cup so that it has a pour spout, much easier to fill the bottles with. And of course I use a funnel. So I'm going to pour the last of, well, maybe the last, I hope. The last of the kombucha batch into the gallon batch, and then I'm going to pour it into the measuring cup and bottle the rest. So I'm straining this batch because it's got culture growing in it, and I let it sit overnight before I bottled it, so I don't want the little sediment that ends up occurring, and it'll happen anyway with the kombucha because it's a living culture that you're drinking, and this is a probiotic that ultimately cleanses your system. It's very good for restorative measures for muscle repair. Anyway, so it tastes really good. Kind of gives you a little boost, not like a caffeine, because the culture, that's another important thing about kombucha, is that the kombucha culture, which I'll show in another video, is it looks like a pancake kind of a thing. So I'm getting ready on the stove. I've got about 12 quarts to refill what I'm doing now, because I drink a lot of kombucha, and so I want to keep the process going. So I'll have enough bottles to last me well over the next couple of weeks, and I can give some to friends and that kind of thing. But anyway, the SCOBY that you make the kombucha out of is a symbiotic, it stands for symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. And so it's a harmonious relationship between the cultures, and it's very good for your body. And it tastes really good. So I'm going to finish this job and pour it into these bottles, and I'll finish this video up. So I have a lot of kombucha here. I don't know exactly how many, but I've made a ton. I think in my last batch I brewed about 25 quarts. So some of it is downstairs in my downstairs backup refrigerator, and some of it's resting here on my counter. So I have these little caps, and I'm going to top off the bottles, and I'll finish up here with this portion of it, and then I'll show you the grand finale as to how much I actually got out of this whole thing. But it's fun to make, tastes really good, and it's way better than anything that you can buy in the store. Much more live culture in this. They dilute the kind that you buy in the store. I don't know how to make it fizzy yet. When I learn, I'll show you that. But I don't mind that it isn't. It's delicious the way that it is. And I let it rest on my countertop with the tops on for a little while before I actually put it downstairs in the refrigerator. And then what starts to happen is you start to see sediment forming. And ultimately you could grow a full-grown SCOBY out of this kombucha if you let it sit long enough at the right temperature. I'm guessing that, I haven't done this, but I'm guessing that the bacteria and the yeast, the good, and it's all good bacteria, because if it isn't, it gets moldy, and you don't want, if anything ever gets moldy that you're fermenting, you throw it out. But usually things don't, I've never had that happen. So it's really interesting. It's really bizarre. Fermenting is fun because it works the opposite in how we're taught to do anything. You wait for it. You put it in a cupboard, and I have a specific fermenting cabinet, and this is the one that I use for my kefir, which I'm gonna do another video on that. But anyway, it's really fun, very good for you, and tastes delicious. So can't think of anything else. But have a great day and enjoy your kombucha. Thanks for watching.